So I just wanted to record a quick little video demonstrating a new feature that they have enabled for me that you will probably have in the not too distant future. So this is A/B split testing in an email broadcast. So it's been something that people have wanted for a long time. A heavy criticism of Infusionsoft was that a lot of other platforms had this and you didn't have it native in Infusionsoft. So it's coming first to the broadcast builder, and then I imagine ultimately to the email builder in campaigns as well. So it's this little option right here, A/B settings, and then you click enable A/B split testing. And I actually haven't used this, so I'm kind of learning as we go here. I do know I played with it a little bit yesterday. I didn't end up using it, but I do know that you set the recipients here. So rather than up here, you can see now that I've enabled it, it says choose the recipients for your A/B testing in the settings panel. And it's got the version A. So I'm imagining once I add a variation, it'll give me a version B and I can edit that as well. So let's do my new search for recipients right about here. So that should be my distribution list. I'm expecting it'll be in the neighborhood of 500, but let's see what that brings up for us. All right, so 624, that sounds about right. Email distribution, it looks like we get to do the A/B test with like 20%, right? So then 80%, the remaining 80% will get the winning email, right? So you're defining here, we're defining a metric that is going to win. So either click rate or open rate. So it's going to basically send two variations, and it'll send to 20% of the list. And then based on the winning metric, whether we define click rate or open rate, it'll end the test and then send the rest of them. So let's end the test. Ooh, I can do like a 12 hours. So let's just see what happens after 12 hours, or I can do 24 hours or whatever. So let's do 1 day. I need to add a variation here. So this should be version B, and I will say free webinar. How many of these are you using, right? Something like that. And then we'll say, I'll bet at least 2 of these will be brand new to you. Maybe I'll leave that as the same. So that way my only real change is 5 favorite clicks in Infusionsoft, webinar, and then the version B is free webinar. How many of these are you using? I'll bet at least 2 of these will be brand new to you. So I'm basically just split testing my subject lines here. I wonder if we could split test the content as well. So let's change something here. I'll just change it to, it's 30 minutes total, and this is in variation B. So if I switch to variation A, yeah, it's about 30 minutes. Cool. So you can change content. You can totally split test the content. You can also split test subject lines. Remember, if all we are gauging is the open rate, then really that's just boiling down to the subject line. But if you are gauging the click rate, then maybe you'd want to include a text link and a button, or you'd want to include a couple different options in there for that. So there's a whole psychology and methodology behind split testing, but I'm going to keep it relatively simple for this first one. So let's do open rate. Since we're doing subject line testing, I have the 2 variations, free webinar, how many of these are you using, and 5 favorite clicks in Infusionsoft. I'll bet at least 2 of these will be brand new to you. So that's it. Those are the settings. I'm trying to think what else you guys need to know. We're going to send it 20% of the list. I'm actually going to send it to, I'm thinking 50% of the list, just because this is a relatively small group anyway. So let's send out the first 300 emails, 312 to be exact, and then based on, after a day, how many people have opened it, we will send the remaining 50% that email. So that's it. That's all you need to know. Split testing is coming, and it looks to be pretty slick. Let's review and send. Run A/B split test. Ooh, okay. So I don't get to designate date and time. It looks like it just sends. Interesting. I wonder if I have any problem with that. Is there a timing option over here? There isn't. Okay, so it looks like for now, the split testing just sends. So do I want to send this email at 4:30 today? I'm not sure I do. I'm going to wrap this recording up, and I'll make my decision as to whether or not I send this out. But you can see how it's broken down up here, A and B, and then the remaining get 312. So it's pretty slick, and I'm excited to see them introduce new metrics here, such as like a purchase, right, or a conversion, or a gets a unique tag. But I think this is a pretty good first iteration of this, even if it is a couple years behind the market on that.